Christmas Trolls. I'm Trevor, and the day my brother Sammy and I went to our neighbor's farm to pick out a Christmas tree was the beginning of the most unforgettable Christmas I ever had. As we went home through the forest with the perfect tree packed on the sleigh, Tuffy started sniffing and barking. I couldn't see anything, but I felt sure someone was watching us. When we arrived home, we forgot all about the forest. Mom and Dad had bought out our boxes of ornaments to decorate the tree. Sammy and I put evergreen wraps, mistletoe, and holly all around the house. We had already wrapped our presents and hidden them away for Christmas morning. Then some of our Christmas decorations started to disappear. I didn't notice until Dad asked if we had to move the trinket box he had hidden for Mom. I shivered because Mom has just asked me the same day about the mittens she had hidden for Dad. Sammy and I looked in all of the usual hiding places, but we couldn't find him. Tuffy was acting strange too. He sniffed and barked and ran around in circles as we were looking for something. Then a few days before Christmas, the treetop angel was gone. What would be next? I started carrying my favorite red horse everywhere. Even early the next morning when I went to feed Arnie, I saw something flying across the snow. It's our Christmas pudding. I harnessed Arnie, bells and all, and raced after it into the forest. As I got closer, I could see that our pudding was being carried along, pincushion to the top of the hedgehog. I didn't know what to do, so I yelled, "Stop! Come back!" But I didn't stop until I reached the bottom of 4 fir trees. The hedgehog put the pudding down and scampered off. Just then, the tree started rocking back and forth. Suddenly, a funny-looking ladder dropped down from above, and 2 trolls scurried down, pouncing on the pudding before I could even more. I pulled it back and forth as we went to the ladder, scrabbling all the way to the top. I climbed right up after them and looked inside. There on the floor of the troll house were all our Christmas things in a heap. The trolls were grabbing at them, each one wanting what the other one had. "Hey, trolls," I cried. "Those are our Christmas things." The trolls dove onto the pile, clutching our gifts. "Mine," they clamored. "Mine, mine." I looked at them and had a smile. Their shirt tails were hanging out. Their pants were torn and patched. Their cheeks were bright and red, and their hair was standing straight up with all the pudding and tugging each other. "Christmas," they wailed. "We want Christmas." "You want Christmas?" I asked, puzzled. "Yes," they shouted. "Give us Christmas." "Well, you can't just take Christmas," I said. The trolls looked surprised. They squeaked, they gulped, they shuffled their feet. "Want Christmas?" they said. It sounded miserable. "Okay, you can have Christmas, but first, what are your names?" "Mig," one said. "Tig," said the other. I looked around their messy hut. "Mig, Tig, let's begin by getting your house ready for Christmas." I started straightening up and put things away. They began to help. "Nice," I said when he had finished. "Now let's make your house look like Christmas." We ran outside and gathered evergreens, berries, and pine cones. "Now we need the Christmas tree," I told them. "That's easy. You live in a tree so you can have 4 trees instead of just one you want to." "Christmas trees," they shouted, jumping up and down, and we decorated each of the trees that held up the troll house. Tig and Mig had a small setback on the way back to the hut. I knew I had something to explain to. When I first together, you were snatching things to yourselves and acting really grumpy. Try playing together and having some fun. "Fun?" they asked. I showed them how to jump rope. I told them how much I liked their tails, knots, and earrings. They smiled shyly and started tugging in their shirt tails. "Nice hair, pretty belt," they said, grinning at me. And they taught me a little troll dance. They were catching on. Now, if you really want Christmas, you might be generous with each other. If you do that, you'll have Christmas right here in your troll house. The troll cocked their heads and squats. They weren't trying hard to understand how, they pleaded. "Felt my red horse in my pocket. I knew you had shown them so. I took it out and gave it to them. This is for you." The trolls squealed and jumped up and down with glee. They took turns passing my horse back and forth, happily playing with it together. It was time for me to go home. I slipped out quietly and climbed down an awning. To my surprise, their hedgehog had packed all their presents on a sleigh for me to take home while we were having Christmas in a toll house. On Christmas morning, Sammy and I ran downstairs to find our tree alight with candles and our stockings filled. We opened our presents in front of the fire, but this Christmas was full of surprises. Heard a bumping and scratching noise. Tuffy barked. I listened to follow the sounds. Outside on the doorstep was a Christmas present. I unwrapped it and found a wild, wonderful toll house, Tig and Mig. I explained. Well, when I heard it, I knew for sure you chose to understand Christmas. I knew that this was the best Christmas ever. The end.